upside down and whatnot. Tell me when you're ready.
Got my man Evan here, bringing out the Libromancer. How do you even pronounce the name?
Mikanko.
Libromancer. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Hey, you shut up! I don't read.
There's always one.
You know, it's always one. You get cut out.
Anyway, so we play 3 fire. So if you don't know what the Libromancers do, they all have the effect. You can show a ritual card in your hand, and then they special summon themselves, and then most of them either add another Libromancer name or a Libromancer's spell.
Gotcha.
So he adds a body.
And level 4.
And it's level 4, so that's kind of relevant. I play only 2 Geek Boy. I'm playing less of the field spell, so I didn't really feel like I needed him. His effect is a little bit less relevant than like fire, so I cut down on him by 1. I've been liking 2, so it's been pretty solid. Playing 2 agents as well. Most people that are playing this deck are only playing 1 of this. I can definitely see that. This could potentially be another card that I can talk about later. But 2 has been nice because sometimes you also just need Libromancer names.
Yeah. It's an extra little oh, no.
2 Renaud. He is a part of your main combo with the Soul. I opted to play 2 of him instead of just the 1 because I hate just opening this card and then having a dead Isolde in the extra deck, essentially.
That's so true.
So, like, just playing another one, like, you have space to play a couple different tech options, so playing 2 of this was fine. Sometimes it came up where I had 2, so I've been liking this ratio a lot. 2 Diviner. Some people are playing 3. This was a card that I opted to cut down to 2 as well, just to play 40 card list. 2's fine. I see it when I want to see it. It does enough to the combos to where you can send your fairies. So 2 is fine, really. And then for the other small engines, we play just the 1 Magician Soul.
Bringing out the souls.
You need some draw power. You'll have dead spells at times, and like just getting extra draws is relevant a lot. So gotta play the Souls engine. And then we play 1 of the Hare, the Sword Mikanko. So she has the effect of being able to, when she is equipped with an equipped card, she gets to add a Mikanko equipped from deck. So she's essentially part of your Soul combo, where you will end up tagging your Renaud out and then summoning her and then getting more advantage off of her. And then we play 1 of the Water. She's an interruption on your opponent's turn. She's less good in combo than Hare, but she's better for interruptions on inboards. So you kind of have to play her. I know some lists are only playing the fire, but I think you have to play 1 and 1 at least. You just need the utility.
Hey, dog. You gonna keep fucking putting cards in the deck that aren't on there?
3 Lava Golem.
Oh my god, Lava Golem, man.
Because you have to play it. The amount of times your opponent will just set up on problematic cards, and you can just have this card in hand and know that you can just answer 2 of them immediately and then just continue your plays is really big.
So true. I go like a Sprite, you hit the elf, hit the toad, and you just...
Yeah, there are just a lot of times where this card is very good. I've considered Spear Mode. I haven't gotten to test it though, so I can't say that this is better or not, but there are a lot of times when this being 3K has also been relevant because you have an equipped card that is a snatch steal. So
oh my God,
you can just sometimes take this back and then just game them with the Lava Golem after tributing off their monsters. So last of the monsters in the deck are all ritual cards. So only 1 illusion. I didn't really feel like you needed 2. I don't necessarily need to see it that often in my opening hand, and you can typically get to it in combo if you don't have it, so like I didn't feel like it was super necessary. So I felt like 1 was fine. Playing 1 Benton, you just need this searches your Diviner in combo, so you don't need to play more than 1. You'll also just get to it in combo, so it's not like something you need to see. Playing 1 Saravis for protection. This was a late addition that I added to the deck that I really like. Sometimes you just need a way to play around like known targeting or just targeting in general, and having this in hand and being able to search it of like preparation or something just means that your plays are going to be more protected and be able to get more things off. And then Pass 3, play 1 Doombroker because it's Libromancer part. He searches you your Omni-Negate trap. And then 2 of the new.
Explain the new lady here.
So she is really kind of the heart and soul of the Mikanko side of the deck. She has the effect that your opponent takes all battle damage that you would take from battles involving her, and she cannot be destroyed by battle. She has a quick effect to be able to attach and equip from your grave to any monster on the field that's applicable. So that turns her into a combo extender, turns her into disruption, and she also has the effect in hand where she can reveal herself to search a Mikanko card, and then you discard 1 card from your hand. So like, she kind of does everything that you need her to do and makes the deck just kind of flow together a little bit better and adds a little bit more synergy between the engines.
Okay, not bad at all. I like that so far.
So that's all the monsters in the deck. Spells are pretty basic for most ritual decks and Libromancer lists. Like 3 Uteli, you're summoning out Geek Boy with this. That's really all there is. There's not much else to it.
That's fair.
3 prep.
Not once per turn.
Yeah, not once per turn. You search your rituals. Like I said, your ritual count can afford to be not super big because between the combo and then opening any combination of some of these cards will net you more rituals. So like, you don't need to like max out on the ritual bodies themselves. So like, these 2 cards in conjunction were really good. Everything else is like pretty much 2 ofs and 1 ofs. So only playing 2 talents. There's a decent amount of open spots in the deck for interaction. I chose just to play talents as one of them as well with the Lava Golem. I couldn't think of a better card to do more. Your opponent's almost always going to interact with you, so like, this came up more than almost anything else I was testing out. Then we play 2 of the Libromancer field spell. It adds a name on activation as well as acts as your Libromancer ritual summoning card. So it's kind of multifaceted, but you don't need 3. You'll search it off the Geek Boy, so it's like, you don't have to open it, you'll get to it. It's like no big deal there.
Yeah, super fair.
We play 2 of the Water Arabesque.
What is this card here?
Some people are only playing 1 of the Mikanko equip spells, one of each. I thought this card was by far the best one, and this is the one that I would hate to open less than any of the others. So like, its effect is more relevant than any of the others that you'll have because it's also a way that you can start your combos sometimes if your hand is like slightly awkward. So this one lets you equip it to a monster. You'll summon a Mikanko from your deck and then bounce the monster that it was equipped to back to hand. So this can work for your opponent's monsters as well. So sometimes that's like really relevant because this acts as now removal plus like getting into your combo, and then like in your standard assault combo, you'll be able to bounce or nod back to hand to special summon the fire Mikanko and like just keep playing from there. This card is insane. By far their best equip. The other equips that they spell are
Watch your whore mouth.
Reflection Rondo. This is their snatch
Shut your whore mouth,
steal.
boy. You hear me?
It's like, okay. I don't think that you need to play any more than 1 of these. It does what it needs to do, and it acts as an additional interruption, and you'll send it to your grave to be live, like in combo, so like it'll always be there. You play 1 Fire Dance. This is a monster reborn for Mikankos. You'll typically search this as well, and then you play 1 of the Great Mikanko Ceremony. This lets you special summon the ritual, so you just get to free summon it, don't need the ritual spell itself, and then you can banish it from your grave to Foolish one of your Mikanko equips. So it immediately puts the Ohime on board and then gives you access to any interruption or thing that you need to like continue your turn. And then we play 1 of their actual ritual spells. This card is actually kind of nuts, and typically what you end up adding on follow-up turns. It says that you can ritual summon your Mikanko, and then you get to pop cards up to the number of different named Mikanko equips in your grave. and then inflict 1,000 damage for each. So it now turns your like follow-up Mikanko summon into summoning her. You'll typically have 3 different named equips engraved, so you'll pop 3 cards if you'd like, and it's a you can, so you don't have to, you can pop up to that number, and then do the damage, and then you'll now have any number of equips to activate her effect to like keep going.
Disgusting. Because your opponent takes the rest of the damage.
Yeah, so like if you leave their monsters after that, like you can now run her or any of the small ones in, and like they'll just like take some damage. And then last card in the main deck is just Intervention. It's the Omni Negate for the Libromancer stuff.
Should be a counter trap. This is BS.
Yeah, I really wish it was a counter, but that would probably make it a little too good. But that's the main deck. Extra deck is fairly.
I was wondering, like,
straightforward.
is it even relevant at all? Because
Kind of, sort of, honestly. You actually need most of these cards. There's a lot of tech options, but I'll kind of show you what you need and what you don't. So we play the one Intus. This is just another interruption on your opponent's turn. When you set up your full board, you'll be able to elf back your diviner that you send to send Intus to pop a card. So like, just extra interruption. I'm opting to play Wallow because in my side, I'm playing Bestials just as a tech. And since other people are also playing Bestials, between that and like having talents in the deck, like, and your rituals are also mostly like level 6, like you can make this card fairly easy if you need to, and like that's just extra disruption. For synchros, you play the 1 Baron, pretty self-explanatory. You make the 10s off of the diviner. 2 Herald of Arclight. You actually make 1 in combo, like as an actual body. And then you send 1 as well. So you'll get a search off of both of them within the turn, but like if you needed to, you can actually just make this as like an interruption by itself. So it has kind of multi-purpose aspects in that regard. The rest of the extra deck is just link monsters. So you play 1 Cross Sheep. This comes up in combo because you'll summon a ritual to one of its zones, and then you'll resummon one of the Mikankos to be able to draw 2, discard 2, and that is where you get rid of your diviner and make it able to summon back off of elf to like keep playing.
Yeah, to keep the combo rolling.
So then you play Isolde. Isolde is also part of the main combo. You'll send your 1 equip, which is usually Arabesque, to summon the Renaud. Renaud will add back the Arabesque, and now you can Arabesque Renaud into like keep going.
Keep going from there.
1 elf because you play 2s and this card's broken. Standard stuff. 1 Ferocious Flame Swordsman. So this card is kind of. I think there's a better card to play with this. I was playing it because it's a Fire Warrior, and sometimes that comes up with Renaud just to be able to special summon itself and then go into
get the free summon.
Go into Isolde sometimes. This is also generic, so you can make it anything. I think this could just be Codebreaker Virus Swordsman, because that card is 22 or 2300, I believe, attack, which makes it big enough to attack over Baguska if necessary. So I think that might be a change that I make with this. I can't decide if that's more relevant than having the fire for extension. I think it's going to be Codebreaker. I think that's the answer.
I think Codebreaker's a good little tech choice.
And then play 1 IP. I'm testing out Phoenix just because we have back row galore sometimes, it seems. 1 Dark, 1 Donner.
That's what I was about to say. I was asking if he was playing this tonight.
Yeah, so you just kind of need removal cards, and I think this one just kind of works better than most. Like, you don't have to rely on going into like an Exceed or something. Like, this is just like spot removal for monsters. And then the other 2 cards are just game ender / control. So like 1 access code and 1 Appaloosa. Typically I go into this more than this. Sometimes you end on awkward boards where you just need like something to get big and then like kill over something, which is more relevant. Your standard inboard will end looking something like Elf, the Mikanko, Ritual Girl, Baron, and then Doombroker with the trap set. So you'll have interruptions from Elf summoning back Diviner, the Baron itself, the Ritual being like a snatch deal or whatever you need it to be, as well as the Omni Negate from the trap card.
That is disgusting.
But that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
No problem.